I imagine 9 out of 10 people, maybe 9.9 out of 10, would be like, alright. And I just, ever since I was little, that's just not something I can relate to. I was born with a chip on my shoulder. Antarctica. Like, it's ingrained in my DNA. Why, I don't know. It just is. So, if you tell me I can't, I do.
So you're the type of person, if I tell you you can't do it, you look for a way to make it happen?
Yes, I look for a way to make it happen. I live on spite and hate. It drives me. I sit here and pretend like I'm just saying that for the cameras. Like, no, it's a very. I don't know if it has to do with my upbringing or what, but I think I've been driven to go down as legitimately one of the all-time greats simply because people wanted to deny a dream.
At what point in your life do you feel like people were trying to deny this?
Oh my God, my entire childhood, up until the time I was 18, you know, pro wrestling right now is pretty hot. It's white hot, you know, between us and WWE and Impact, and there's a lot of things now. Like, it's when I was a kid, it was cold, bit of a cold period. Cena didn't get the ball exactly yet. A lot of carpet drape. So people in my friend circle, when I would bring it up, it was something to be made fun of for. Being severely neurodivergent and having probably the world's worst attention deficit disorder, which I still have to this day, but I've learned how to use it. It didn't help. It caused a lot of bullying in school. Being Jewish certainly caused a ton of anti-Semitic bullying in school. Because I was on the smaller side, especially when I was younger, didn't expect me to be able to excel in sports. Teachers didn't expect me to be much of anything in the classroom. So I pretty much just had doors slammed in my face from the time I was born all the way until the time I jumped into this. And then when I jumped into this, it got even worse because I busted my ass to become a legitimate premier athlete in high school that had multiple Division I scholarship offers.
What sport?
Football. I was a middle linebacker. I broke the record in tackling in my high school. I was an all-state middle linebacker. At the time, 5'9", which was unheard of. But again, that's because people looked at me and they said, oh, you're Jewish and you're short. This isn't going to happen. And I was like, okay, I'll fucking bite. I will bite people if that means I'm tackling them to the ground because you just said that, right? If you have the ball, I'm going to hurt you. And then when I entered wrestling, I'm a loud dude. I'm unapologetic about how great I know I am. And people don't care for that. People like humble. I think humble bores me. Humble
cars are cool. Rental cars are not cool.
I think humble bores me. Humble doesn't feel right to me. Humble to me has always been worse than being cocky. I'm honest about what I think about myself. Every time somebody goes, I'll watch interviews with famous athletes, and they're like, oh, it's the team. And they're the ones that threw up 50 points in the game. Is it the team, bro? Like, you're annoying. Just be honest. You're carrying them to the promised land. No different than how I'm carrying AEW to the promised land. Since I've won that championship, ticket sales, up. Ratings, up. Intrigue, up. The level of competition in the world title scene, up. We're hot right now, man. People are talking about All Elite Wrestling in a very positive way. And there was a period of time there where everybody was talking, restore the feeling, restore the feeling. I am the feeling. I'm the feeling. I'm the feeling, I'm the face, I'm the main character, I'm MJF. When people think of AEW, they think of me. And the reason I have a chip on my shoulder when I say that, and the reason I'm not going to be humble about it, is because people constantly want to deny me of what I've accomplished in the sport. And you can't do that. Because I'm a proven draw, I'm a proven top act, I'm a movie star, I'm a top guy, I've had some of the greatest matches, moments, promos, rivalries in the modern era, hell, probably in the history of sport. And all of it, because I think some people chase the hug. That's not why I do it. I think what I'm chasing is vindication and validation for the child that was told, who do you think you are? Well,
For a lot of people, it's just having a wrestling match. It's just getting assigned.
that's not enough. If I
That
don't
will
have,
never be enough.
no, I don't know. I swear, I actually, I've had this conversation before. Whether it be a therapist, my wife, good close personal friends. I think in order to be a top guy in this industry, you have to have an insatiable need of success. Like, when I'm at home, there's no turning it off. When I'm at home, if I'm watching a movie or a TV show and an inspiration hits, it is what it is. I'm grabbing my notes app and I'm writing out, ideas for ways I can verbally or physically fillet someone.
So what's your notes app look like?
It's terrifying. It is, there is probably the best promo or insult you've ever heard about your favorite wrestler in there. Like, name the wrestler, it's in there, regardless of what promotion they're in.